Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Angel PD, and for today what I have in here it is the Deep Rock Galactic. So the Deep Rock Galactic was developed by the Ghost Ship Games. I think it's their first game, and they are using Unreal Engine 4 to power up their game. So I'm currently testing these on my laptop, so let's check it out, the settings, and see what are the options that I decided to play up the game. So I'm running with native resolution, as you can see in here. I'm using borderless to record. I recommend you to use full screen. And for me the best settings to go for it is by using low settings. Fortunately, this game, the low settings doesn't look that bad comparing to medium, high or epic. I have made my desktop video before and I said the same thing, you know, playing at maximum settings or low settings in this game, it's almost the same thing, okay? But performance is a little bit different. And as you can see, if you go with the median settings, you got an average of 36 frames per second with a 1% low of 25. The low settings provides you an average of 52 frames per second and a 1% low of 34. And if you decide to reduce the resolution scaling to 75%, you get an average of 60 and a 1% low of 36. But the game it's very variable, so sometimes it's hard to benchmark doing the exact same thing. For this benchmark I did use the tutorial mission, which is not very demanding, and I will explain a little bit better why I decided to use the tutorial mission. But first, let's check out other stuff, like for example the VRAM usage and the RAM usage. So if you have a 4 GB of RAM in your PC, I believe that this game wouldn't be a problem, okay? So if you have 4 GB of RAM, I think you will be okay with this game. This game consumes 700 megabytes of RAM, so it's not much. We have 2 GB in these cards. CPU usage was incredibly fine, no problem whatsoever. And GPU usage, it was using the maximum of it. So looking now to the consistency, if you want to target 30 frames per second, well, I would say that both of the low settings, with or without resolution scaling, were quite fine, not dropping from the 30s at any point. But if you go with the median settings, you already start to notice some drops, okay? If you want to sustain at 60 frames per second, well, none of the settings are good enough, and, well, there's my cell phone, and probably you need to reduce more resolution scaling than 75%, okay? So overall, this is my data that I gathered in here. So now, why did I use the tutorial mission to benchmark the game? Well, that's because it was easy to repeat the mission, you know, because what happens is when you go play a mission on this game, what really happens is sometimes you can repeat that mission for 1 or 2 times, but at certain points the mission gets locked down and you can't repeat that mission, and you need to wait like hours, days to repeat that mission again. So what I've done, it was to use the tutorial mission, which doesn't have as much action mostly as a regular mission. And also I tested this game using solo mode, so if you are going to buy this game, probably you are going to be playing with 2, 3 or 4 characters at the same time, and so I'm expecting the game to run a little bit worse while playing on multiplayer than with the results that I have over here, okay? So for me, whatever the settings, I think if you go with low or 75% resolution scaling on low, I'm pretty sure you won't be having a problem. As you can see, I'm recording and the frame rate it is pretty good. So I think it's fine overall. It's one of the rare games nowadays that we can run with our native resolution. So I think the game will be incredibly fine to be played anyway. So now let's talk a little bit what I discovered about this game. I didn't know much about this game, to be honest. I didn't know about its existence. It was one user that did request me to try out the game and see how it runs, I believe on this laptop. And so I decided to give it a try, and I needed to learn how to play the game in order to benchmark it decently, so I could replicate more and less how the experience will be for most of the users when playing this game seriously. And so I had to learn to play this game, and so far the objectives are quite simple. You enter into a cave where you need to get a certain type of mineral. You have always side minerals which you need to... you are not required to collect those side minerals, but you need to collect the main minerals. And for that you need to explore the cave, make holes, And most of all, you might be thinking that, oh, okay, that's pretty much like Minecraft or some sort of that stuff. No, it's different. You need to collect those items, okay? You and your teammates, if you play with your teammates on cooperative in this game, you need to collect those minerals. And after you get to your own objective, and after you complete this objective, you need to call an object that I don't know, to be honest. That thing has a name, but I don't know. It's something that digs a hole into near your place, and you need to get to that place and get out of this dungeon. But what happens is this game starts to be a little bit like Left 4 Dead at certain point, because you are playing with your friends and suddenly hordes of aliens starts to appear, and it's quite sometimes hard to fight because there are many enemies, and so you need to work together with your teammates in order to beat those aliens. And when that final moment comes and you need to get out of this dungeon through that miner or whatever that thing it is, you need to make your path back to the place where the miner is, and usually when that happens, big hordes of aliens starts to appear. Just like on Left 4 Dead, when you are finishing a level in Left 4 Dead, usually a big horde of zombies comes by, and so this is exactly the same thing. So it seems that this game mixes a lot of games like, I don't know, you need to collect the minerals. It kind of resembles me a little bit like No Man's Sky, but with a real objective. Okay, and there is some Minecraft-ish stuff, because you can open holes whatever you want, and you can mine stuff. Your character looks like a character from Warhammer, and the gameplay at certain points it looks entirely like Left 4 Dead. Okay, so it's a quite interesting game, and it's actually not that expensive. You can get it for 22 euros or 25 euros on Steam. But if you want to get it cheaper, I have a Kingwin link on the description. So if you buy through there, it should be cheaper than on Steam. Keep in mind that the game it's on early access, so many stuff are subject to change. So the gameplay, even the performance or the graphics might change. But for me, it seems like this early access is getting pretty good. I didn't notice any bug, and the game feels very well optimized for an Unreal Engine 4 title. So overall, I think that's all that I want to talk about this game. So for the rest of the video, I will be trying to complete out this mission. So it's huge, okay, because I spent a lot of time lost in here. But for some reason, if you want to watch it until the end, be my guest. It's an entire level, okay? So that's it. So guys, thank you a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
I shot it! Go fetch! Molly, come here! it. That's full. Down it goes! Help me with the minerals here. Slop they're serving in the canteen tonight. Help me with the minerals here. Something!
Prepare to fight for your life. A big swarm is approaching. Contact! Lock and load! Hang in there. The wave is almost dealt with. Dispatch whatever's left.
Help me mine this. Need more ammo. Make every bullet count. Go left! Go! Get to work! I got the deposit! Here we go! Moscow, mine it! Time to pay Molly a visit. Getting closer to our quota. I'm wondering if fighting bugs and moving dirt is the best way to make a living. I ordered a resupply.
Hang in there. Supplies are on the way.
Resupply is here. Ready to kill some more crates.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming. Combat positions. The swarm is here.
So long, suckers! Here! Have a bullet in the butt!
enemies is practically eradicated, and you're still alive. Well done.
Don't waste your ammunition! Go fetch! Deep Rock seriously needs to invest in some better equipment. Maybe we're not gonna die after all. Here we go! I'm taking some of the ammo. Mine it. Where is that damn view? Mine it. Go fetch! devil in my boot. Move your tin ass over here and hurry, please. Another day at the office. I called for the mule. Time to find Molly.
All right, close and match. That was some first-class mining team. Escape button on the mule is activated. Smooth as always, team. Drop pod is on the way. Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule.
Follow Molly!
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes. Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
Go! Drop pod isn't waiting forever! The mule is secured. Initiating launch sequence. Deep Rock Galactic thanks you for your good work. Drop pod will leave with or without you. Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes. Let's get out of this hellhole.
on! Saved by a machine, how humiliating! So long, suckers!
Drop pod departing in T-minus 2 minutes.
I'm down! I could use a drone here! Thanks, Bosco! Here I come.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 1 minute.
Got no ammo left! Go, go, go! What isn't waiting forever!
Drop pod departing in 30 seconds.
Bosco, find it!
10 seconds to take off.
Suck on this, you freaking danger!
3, 2, 1. Heading for orbit.